So this is one of my raised beds, and last year I had some calendula in here that had reseeded itself from a different pot that I had that I don't have anymore. It was like one of the towers from Dollar Tree. So I left them in there in the fall, and oh my gosh, look at all the calendula. This thing is just filled with it. So I'll take some of these clusters and plant them somewhere else. And then this is a garlic chive that came back. And I have all this beautiful dill all over my garden, all over my flower beds. So this was definitely a good win. I also have strawberries that are coming up in every nook and cranny. So I have that going. I had started out with strawberries in a bed here, and they have spread all over the place. They're even blooming. This was one of the dahlias I bought at Mark's, and it is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And then also my chives are blooming, and they look really nice together. I haven't even planted this yet, but it's a really nice, healthy plant. It's full of buds. And then this one has all dill coming up and chickweed. I can't get rid of the chickweed. It's all over. And I have a lovely dandelion here, which I could eat because here too. But I don't like dandelion too much. It's too bitter. So, yeah, I've got lots of weeding to do, especially the chickweed that I can't get rid of. And then over here, this flower pot was cracked. It's been cracked for a couple years anyway. And in the crack, I have a sunflower that planted itself. It's a volunteer. And it's growing by leaps and bounds, so I'm just going to leave it and see what kind of sunflower it is. I have no idea. It was probably dropped there by one of the birds. Here is what I'm working on today. My little yogurt pots. They're all starting to come up, but they're so tiny I'm not even going to take the lids off. I'll wait a little bit and show you those when they get a little bigger, but I'm going to plant my zucchini and veggies in here. How pretty are these? And let's see how far I get. I'm going to have greens over here. That way I can cover those up with tulle or insect cloth, whatever you want to call it. And over here I'm going to have flowers and zucchini and yellow squash and eggplant. And hopefully the flowers will attract more of the pollinators. So that's my plan for this year. So let's see how far I get. It seems like no matter what, I always have too many tomatoes. So I still have to plant those. But I did get a lot done today. I planted zucchini in here along with marigolds. Over here I planted tomatoes and marigolds. And this, I'm going to put holes in the top of this. And then I have holes in the bottom, and I'm going to, this is like composting in place. So that way the water can get in there and start rotting the plants. Over here I have more tomatoes. I need to put more dirt in here. As soon as these tomatoes grow a little bit, I'll put more dirt in. Oh, hello. Shadow says hello. And then over here I planted yellow squash and zinnias and marigolds. These I still have to do. My greens are going in there. these flowers are going in the front flower boxes. This box is just zinnias and marigolds. I want some cutting flowers this year. And this has 3 eggplant and marigolds. Then over here, I have peppers and marigolds and another one of the feeder things. And over here I have a couple peppers and also a couple tomatoes. So I got quite a bit done today, but there's still lots to do. And then the last thing that I'll do is clean up. So, and mulch. So that's what I got done today, and I'm very happy, and I can't do another thing. And this is my little helper, Lizzie. Can you say hello? No, I don't like the camera. All right. Yep, the calendula has gone crazy. I have no idea where I'm going to plant all those. Maybe I'll plant some in the front. I don't know. But also the strawberries have gone crazy this year. I never get any strawberries because the little critters eat them all. But I do want to plant some strawberries in here because they aren't doing too well. This one's doing pretty well, but I still have to weed all this. So, anyway, that's what I got done. This is what I still have to plant. These are perennials and some greens. But my greens I want to put under here, under some tulle. So I think I already said that. So, all right. I am done for the day. This is a knockout rose I got from Walmart, and it is so pretty. It's a beautiful peachy pink color. Now this rose bush I've had in here for years, literally, and it never blooms. And this year, I've got buds, but I had to spray it already because it's got aphids. It's probably why it never blooms. So, all right, well, that was just a little garden tour. It's starting to look better. I think I need a shower. Yuck! Well, I think I got a little sun on my face, even though I had a garden hat on. And I put on my gardener's apron. That was nice because it has all kinds of pockets, so whatever tool I needed, it was right at my disposal. So I'm very happy I got accomplished what I did today, but then I had to stop. I know when I get to that point where I have to stop. So if you're a person that still wants to garden, think about getting as many raised container beds as you need and garden that way. So the only thing I'm gardening in the ground is some perennials, and those will keep coming back. I don't plant annuals in the ground anymore. I haven't done that for quite a while. I put those in pots. So I put everything in pots anymore. And once I get my pots situated the way I want, which I have now, it should be much easier in the future. So I think that's the way it works as you get older and you still want to keep doing things. You have to sort of brainstorm and see how you can continue to do things. You know, you have to research what's available. There's a lot of things available for seniors or handicapped people that want to live a full life and they just need a little extra help. So, and especially if you don't have a lot of money, you can get very creative with things. You can buy some cheap cement blocks and just put a board, it can be recycled, whatever, and then you can put your pots on top of that. I did that for a while, not with cement blocks, but whatever I could find to lift things up. And then every year I would buy a couple more city picker boxes and stands. So now I have 10 of them, and I have some other boxes that I got cheap from Ollie's and Mark's. So my container garden now is complete. Now all I have to do is plant my little plants in there. So I still have greens that I need to plant, and some seeds for kale, and what else? Chard, and I might try some spinach and lettuces. So those are the greens that I still want to plant, but I got my summer veggies pretty much mostly planted. But like I said, I always have too many tomatoes. I don't know. You know, when I go tomato shopping, I always look for the little cells where they accidentally put 2 tomatoes in, and then I just separate those rather than cutting one off. You know, they're perfectly good. So, and then of course I plant them both. So I always look for cells with 2 plants in them. So I told my daughter, I said, don't buy any tomatoes. I've got a bunch extra because I don't need, you know, 2 or 3 of each plant. So, yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the heck I need for future me. What are you doing there, buddy? So future me can continue to do what I like to do. So I'm trying to think about some other things. Some other things I want to keep doing that I'm making adjustments for. Some of the clothes that I have, what I'm doing as I'm purging them, I try to color coordinate everything as I hang it up or as I fold it. I try to do it by colors. So I have some plastic bins, the ones with the drawers that you can get at Walmart. They're not expensive. I don't know how much they cost now. But they used to be like $15, and they have 3 or 4 drawers in them. And then I would fold my t-shirts, like not piled on one on top of the other, but kind of accordion style. And then I'd have one for blue shirts, one for white shirts, one for black shirts. So it makes it really simple to get dressed, because all I have to do is go to the closet where I have my pants, pick out a color, and then I can go to my little drawers where I can decide what color I want to wear with that. So same thing with my shirts and blouses. When I hang those, I do it in color coordinated versions so that it's, you know, it's not a big deal to pick out an outfit during the day. So, trying to think what else. My food storage. Of course, I try to store everything like with like all the pasta here and all the rice here and whatever else, coffees I have all together, so that I know what I have and I don't have to overbuy everything. So let me know in the comments below if there's something that you figured out that makes your life a little easier and helps you continue to do what it is you like to do. I'm going to have a little sip of my Ticino, so cheers! I know a lot of you watch my videos with a cup of coffee or tea. And then we have a chat. So I did not go anywhere today. I didn't buy anything today. I think I pretty much am good with everything that I need, especially for the garden. So tomorrow I'm hoping to get the rest of my basil and parsley and, you know, the greens. I'm hoping to get those planted, and then maybe I'll spread some seeds in a couple of the little garden beds. But what I'd like to do is put some sort of a mulch around it. I was thinking maybe weed cloth, and then before the cottonwood blooms. But we'll see. I don't know if I'll get to that or not. What I'm trying to do is take a section at a time, or one project at a time, and just complete that until I move on to the next project. So far, the deck is pretty much done. I have a few annuals that I want to stick in those big pots. So I have to plant those. My focus right now is getting my starts planted. That's my focus for this week. And I'm hoping the weather will hold out so that I can get that done. All I need is another day to accomplish that. And I don't know what I'm going to move on to. There's so many things that I can think of. I'm trying to get the easier stuff out of the way before I get to the finishing stuff, which is harder, because, like I said, I think I'm going to try and hire my grandson and his friends, have them come over, because they can knock that out in a day or two, and it'll look so much better. I was pretty excited today. I had some chamomile in a pot last year, and I thought it was a goner. But I looked today, and I have chamomile coming up in between the blocks of cement. They found their way right in there. So I'm going to let that grow. I'm not going to pull it or anything, because I'm sure if I pull it out, prune the roots, and they look so happy there that I'm just going to leave them there. So anyway, my friends, I'm really pooped. I just ate dinner. I had another sausage, and I just had it with potato chips. I know that's not the most nutritious meal, but it filled my belly, and that'll be it for my meals for the day. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Don't forget to share, and thanks for watching.